What is up, my fam? Are you guys ready for some Blurple action? Woo! Been having a lot of fun with Blurple lately, so I want to showcase some gameplay plus deck lists, which are going to be reviewing here. We're going to battle it out against Ruby Amethyst today, the king of Europe, European nationals. Shout out to first place, Ruby Amethyst, putting a lot of work, guys. So let's cover the deck list today. And I want to give a shout out to our YouTube members before we hop right in. And Miss LoreGainz, happy birthday. Today's her birthday. Today's Wednesday, December 11th. So if you're in the Discord, wish her a happy birthday. She also reads all the comments, so you can even let her know down below. And yeah, guys, let's hit this deck list. Shout out David for the deck list, by the way. Thanks for all the support, all the help with this deck. I was really interested in learning how to play it, and he's been helping out a lot. So we're covering our 1-drops, which are Chernobog's Followers and Diablos. There's a reason to play a couple more 1-drop characters, but we are going with the Befuddle because it's a very good tempo swing if you're playing it on the turn you play Sail the Azurite Sea. Because Sail the Azurite Sea lets you ink one more card face down, upright. So you can still use the ink when you use Sail the Azurite Sea. Madam Mim and Tipo are 2-drops. I'm only at 3 Snake because she usually doesn't come down on turn 2. You want to see the ramp, like your Sail or Tipo instead. So she's a great way to bounce back any character that you want to trigger or replay. So cheap way to bounce your characters. Plus she's a 3/3. I feel like into Amber Steel songs, you definitely want to play the Tipo so you can ramp. Sail the Azurite Sea so you can ramp. And if you don't have it, you can play a Madam Mim Snake, which stops them in their tracks. Madam Mim Fox, she's an amazing challenger. Rush, 4/3 character. Merlin Crab to boost those genies and challenge the opposing genies. We have another way to crack down on the genies here in this deck as well. We have the Merlin Goat genie, of course. Just talking about him made me skip over him. The Merlin Rabbit at 2 because we are on that 4-2 split. I love the genie. Great aggression. He's a 2/4 quest for 2. Oh my god, he's taking the meta by storm, guys. Scrooge McDuck, the Spice, the David Spice here. He's the 5/5-2 quester. This on turn 3 is insane. He is a big character, very decent stat line, quest for quite a bit. And also when you combine him with the Bell on turn 5, or when you have 5 ink, you can redirect damage. So Bell's ability says when you play this character, move up to 3 damage, counters from chosen character to chosen opposing character. This does get around resist. Plus, if you swing into, let's say it does come up in the game, by the way. Say you're challenging into a Madam Mim Snake. You get 3 damage on your Donald Duck or your Scrooge McDuck. You play the Bell, you put 3 damage on someone else like Fox, a Crab, or Goat, Rabbit. There's so many good targets that you can hit. Also, the really cute trick here is with Genie. If Genie challenges into another Genie, you play the Bell right after, and you redirect the extra 2 damage onto the opposing Genie, leaving your Genie injury-free with no damage. The Elsa, because she exerts and challenges on the same turn, she's evasive. So her and the Genies are the evasive battlers here in the deck. Elsa, Shift for 2, and the Hades for 3. So the biggest weakness, one of the biggest weaknesses for this deck is Amber Steel songs and Red Blue. There's a lot of Red Blue in the meta and a lot of Amber Steel songs. Why am I playing this deck? Great question. It's been amazing. The deck's been incredible. It's been putting a lot of work, but the Hades is there for the big characters like the Tamatoa, the Shark, Maui Shark. He does very well into the Red-Blue matchup. The Elsa also does very well into the Red-Blue matchup, and she's a great way to close out games. Shifting her, freezing 2 opponents' characters, or your Red-Blue is usually going to be playing one big one, Flaversham. So you can freeze them and swing in for a lot of damage. It does put the game in your favor. The Befuddle is there to give you good tempo. If you can Sail, play the Befuddle, bounce one of your opponent's characters. Then your next turn, you're going to play a 4-drop character, which puts you in a really good spot. Friends on the other side at 3, let it go at 2. Again, a big removal for big characters. And the library is such an MVP when you combine it with your Chernobog's Followers, your Diablos, any character coming up on your opponent's B prep turn. You throw everyone in the library. everything gets popped, you draw a bunch of cards. So this does come up a few times and it feels amazing when it pops off. Hop straight into our gameplay today, guys. Very spicy gameplay. This is the best of 2 against Spencer. Shout out Spencer for the awesome games. We have Mulligan Guide here. I've never done this before, but we're gonna start doing it. We keep the Azurite Sea because there's so many 1-drops in our deck that we want to see for that perfect curve. We do Mulligan and we do not see our 1-drop, which is absolutely fine. We do see an SL as the Azurite Sea. We ink it away. Our opponent's gonna play a Broom, so we both miss our 1-drops. Totally chill with that. We play 2 for sale, the Azurite Sea. We draw an extra card, we're gonna ink, and next turn we can play a rabbit, or we can play a Madam or a Merlin Goat. We can play either of the Merlins. He plays a Sisu. So since we have an Elsa in hand, I feel like the best play here is probably the Merlin Goat because he is gonna contest the Sisu with his 4 strength. He will take out the Sisu with 1 swing. They do trade, but at least we get the 1 lore and we get that character off the board because she is one of his big questers. She quests for 2. Plays the genie, pops the broom, swings in with the Sisu. All right, here we go. Now we end up playing 2 for the sale, the Azurite Sea. What shenanigans are we gonna do here? We draw a card, we're gonna ink the Befuddle. We can ink an additional card, putting us at 4 cards in hand. I didn't see a reason to play the Elsa here because it does crash into his Sisu. And this puts us in a really good spot because now we're at 6 ink, coming up on 7 next turn, plus we gotta draw off the Merlin Rabbit. So whatever cards we inked, the Merlin Rabbit's very good way of refreshing your hand and putting you back into the game. So he plays the Friends, Hardcast the Friends, he quests in with the Genie, and he plays out the Magic Broom. So we're chilling here. We're gonna exert, challenge into the Broom, and I forgot to exert her here. She takes 2 damage and the Merlin Rabbit takes 1 damage. So we pinged the Genie, but he foiled our plans. He bounces it back to his hand, and look at this power move right here, Brawl. I feel like I kind of fell into that one. So here we go. He has a Madam Mim Fox in play. We play the Tipo, no effect, and we play 3 to bounce the Tipo back into our hand, playing the Madam Mim Fox. So the reason why I bounced it back is because I want a singer. I still want the bodies on board, but I want the ability to sing with the Madam Mim Fox, and we do have a library in hand, so we can sing the Friends with the Fox. We have a library in hand to give us mega value if he does turn his Fox sideways. Our Tipo can crash in with the library. We're going to gain a card, so we get to remove one of his characters. We trade one of our 2-drop characters, and we draw a card at the same time. And I'm okay leaving the Fox exerted here because we're going to put both of them into the library if we have nothing else to play out. So we draw off the Tipo, we clear his Fox, which is really good. We also don't want him to recur the Fox. Plus the Fox out of the way, Fox has 4 strengths, so Fox has a really good time into library, into locations. We need to get those 4 strength characters out of the way. Plays the Broom, plays the Churnbox Followers. I wish we had a Tink in this deck. Or a Swords. Okay, we draw 2 cards again with Fox. Fox is giving us mega value. And if this Diablo gets popped, Diablo's in the library. We can draw 2 cards off of it. Hades comes down because he is at 11. And if we pass up without clearing anything on his board, he's gonna go up to 16, which is a lot. Being at 16 is danger zone. Quest with the Broom, plays a Medusa, clears our Hades. At least we had him in the library, so we get to draw a card. And he's gonna quest with the Churnbox Followers, drawing a card. And this is a grindy game. He's already at 14, so we're in a really tough spot here. He has 3 questing power on board. At least we have a way to start clearing out his characters with our Madam Mim Fox. Merlin Rabbit's up for grabs. We draw some cards with the Churnbox Followers. Double draw is too good, but we're already in a really tough spot because we're so behind in lore. We inked away the Medusa so he can't replay it or bounce it and replay it. Fox is going to take out Rabbit, and Diablo is going to go in with the questy. We're going to have to start questing aggressively. If he has a B prep or a way to clear a whole board, at least we have some characters in the library so we can draw some cards. He quests in for 1, draws a card. Does he see the B prep? Ooh, the castle. That would have been... Actually, that's not the greatest right now. It doesn't do the most work. He plays the genie, pops the broom, draws 2 cards. Here's the double draw combo. Broom combined with goat or rabbit and the genie. Draw some cards. So he's already drawn 3 cards. We gain a lore from the library, putting us at 7. And we do have 2, 3, 4, 5 questing power on board. Turn box followers, we're going to draw some cards first. Double draw. We can bounce the Hades back to our hand and ink his genie because we just drew into a snake. So Hades, question for 2. Bounce with snake. Replay the Hades. We have to do this. We have to do this just because the genie represents so much of a threat. Questing for 2, being evasive. Playing the Diablo and questing in with everything. So we have a slight insurance if he does have the B prep. Quest 16. Now we're going to draw a bunch of cards, but he is at 16. If he has double goat, then we're going to be in a tough spot. Or goat bounce goat. All right, he has enough to play the castle. This is a big power move. We don't have a way to get rid of castle unless we see our Merlin crab. So we're going to sell the Azurite Sea. We draw a card. We don't have crab, but we do have the fox. But that's not going to be enough to cook that castle with 7 willpower. Bouncing it back, gaining a lore, challenging for 4. He's going to go to 18 lore his next turn with the castle. Now we can ink an extra card and we play out the library. Okay, that's because we have the goat in hand. And if we can gain the 2 lore from library, putting us at 17, quest with Mem. Okay, there you go. Double goat for the win. GG's, we have another game coming right up. So Spencer got the first game. We were on the draw and we're on the... Okay, mulligan right here. We have a perfect mulligan. We have our ramp, Teeple ramp, and we have a bunch of 1-drops. Plus the Scrooge, plus the bell in hand for the combo. So we're on the draw again, 2 times in a row. We played a bunch of games and I wanted to showcase these 2 specifically because they're really good ones. And I thought we can all learn a lot from these together. So we play out the Teeple, we have a body on the board. If we had Sail, we could have played that 1-drop Diablo. But at least next turn, we're gonna have Scrooge McDuck putting in work. Gonna quack our way to victory. We're questing with the Teeple because it's fine if he challenges in. We want him to challenge in because we have the bell to redirect some damage. If he turns either the snake or the crab sideways, we're gonna be in a really good spot. So snake quests, and we definitely want to challenge into snake and banish the rabbit so he doesn't recur anymore. We don't want him bouncing his rabbit back and forth and getting his draw engine going there. So we're gonna challenge into the snake, inking a crab, paying 5 for the bell, 3 damage onto the rabbit. This is such a power play. This is the David special right here. Okay, now he's left with the crab on field. Maybe I hold Teeple. Maybe I shouldn't have quested. No, it's fine. Yeah, questing with Teeple's fine. We got to put the pressure on. Plus, Teeple already did his job. I don't see a point of bringing back Teeple to the hand to add another card into our inkwell, an extra card, because we're already running pretty low and we want to draw some cards now. We see another Teeple. So Bell quested. I think the move here was challenge crab, bounce. Yeah, and that way we have, a fox and a Diablo, not just a Diablo in field. We're gonna ink the Teeple away because we don't need him anymore. He already did his thing. He already put us in a really good spot, ramping us into that Scrooge. So now we're left with the bell and an Elsa in hand. I definitely think I should have left the fox on field. Yeah. So that way next turn we could have Elsa'd whatever he plays, use fox to banish, and just put us ahead once again. We play the Elsa, we exert, we challenge the turn box followers so he can't get the draw. So that's an easy cook, easy banish there. Hopefully he doesn't have a Brawl or Medusa to destroy our Elsa. So Elsa's banished, we have a turn box followers, but we do draw into another Scrooge, I believe. I think. Pop, draw a card, we have a Scrooge, a goat, an Elsa in hand, and the move here is to play the Scrooge. Scrooge is a powerhouse. Plus, we want to get rid of that Elsa, or that that Medusa. But he bounces it back with Snake. That's gonna be rough. Questing with Elsa for 1, putting him at 6. Now we're even. And I think we're even with cards in hand as well. Sell the Azurite Sea, pay 2, we draw a card, we're gonna play 6. We don't ink anything extra, just a good way of cycling through your deck. We play out the Genie, and this is probably a misplay. I should have played the Goat instead of the Genie. That is because Medusa is in the hand still, and there was no reason to bait out the Medusa with the Genie. Plus, if Goat was out there, he could have sang Friends on the Other Side, or even a Bell, just to put additional pressure on, but I think that should have been the move. Okay, so now he's gonna cook my whole board. Yeah, big misplay there. Big misplay, guys, but now we know. You guys got to see. We play Friends on the Other Side, we draw a couple cards. Our hand is refreshed. We don't need the befuddle anymore. That's a great early game, or even late game at times. Befuddle can be good at bouncing back one of his characters if he has something that's gonna go for game. But yeah, it's way, way better to ink it late game. We get the Elsa on board. We put 2 damage because I was trying to trick or have him fall into my Bell special. He quests in for 2, putting him at 9, and brawls the Elsa away. Now we're in a really tough spot, but we do have the Scrooge, the Fox, and the Library. If we manage to control his board, Library is going to come in clutch. We play the Scrooge and nothing else. We probably could have played the Library here to kind of bait out some challenges. He quests in. He's going to play out a Fox, bounces Medusa back to the hand. That Medusa's getting so much value, and I think he only runs 2, but we've seen her come down, what, 3 times? 1, 2, 3. Scrooge challenges into Merlin. Rabbit, again, because we don't want him drawing more cards. We don't want him recurring that Rabbit. We drop a Fox. Now we're gonna replay our Scrooge and the Diablo. Our board's looking pretty good right now. We have 2, 3, 4 lore that we can go in next turn. Quest in with Elsa, quest in with Fox, and he's gonna pay nothing. That's it, he passes turn. All right, this is good. Puts us in a really good spot. We play Sail, we draw a card. Now we're gonna play 3. For the Library, put the Fox in. Fox is going to challenge Fox. I could have put Diablo in Library and then challenge with Diablo as well, but I feel like we need to quest here. We need to put on some questing pressure. And the Diablo is going to stick around regardless. He's going to get us at least the 2 lore here. Okay, Elsa plays. He has 4 damage on my Library. We're going to gain that lore from the Library, putting us at 12. We need to get that Sisu out of the way. Sisu quest for 2. If we let it survive, he goes up to 17. Quest Scrooge, quest Diablo, putting us at 15. So glad I didn't challenge that Diablo, because that Diablo got us 2 lore. Goat gained a lore, putting us at 16. We have a Crab, now we have Lethal on board. He needs... Yeah, even Goat bounce Goat doesn't do it. He's gonna clear our Library. Questing for 2, B prep turn. Here we go, B prep time. We gain a lore off of Goat and we draw a card off of Diablo. We forgot the lore here. We should be at 17, but we missed the trigger. We're gonna play out the Hades just for funsies. This is probably not good. I should have bounced it, played the Snake instead. Just to bait out one of his, to bait out the Tremaine. Now we're gonna ink the Tremaine away with the Hades. I know he has, again, I should have played the Snake here. How do I keep forgetting about his Medusas? Or his, his Medusas. Short-term memory, guys. We play the Bow, we need to put some pressure on. So if I have Go and the bounce, then we win. So he's going to quest in with Medusa, do the B prep thing, draw a card, we draw a Sail. We're okay playing the Sail here. Cycle through, draw a card as another Snake. Now we're gonna play 7, get that Hades on board. We don't ink anything away because he just B prep, there's nothing there. He plays out the Rabbit. This is good. He doesn't have a removal for a Hades. Next turn, Hades is going to quest. And we can replay it. This is crazy, guys. He has a Goat and he has a Rabbit on board. The Goat's scarier. He has more bounce targets for the Goat than he has Goats. So we're gonna bounce it back. We have to ink the Goat here because if we ink the Rabbit, he's gonna draw a card and he's gonna see more answers. So that way, We ink the goat, we get it out of the picture. Only goat wins here. Only goat wins. He quests in for 1, putting him at 19, brawls his own rabbit, draws a card. Does he see it? He's gonna play Ink Maui, Genie, draw a card. He has 3, 4, 5 ink left. Inks another, no, he takes back the ink brawl. Does the Genie again, and GG's, we got it. That was a fun game. Guys, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for hanging out with me as we go over my red blue or Blurple versus Ruby Amethyst gameplay. Hope you enjoyed the games. Stick around tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow with some more videos. Guys, remember to smash that sub button. Shout out to our YouTube members. If you're not a member, you want to find out how to join, check the description down below. Appreciate you guys. Peace.